The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. We are all islands shouting lies to each other across seas of misunderstanding. The greatest healing therapy is friendship and love. When the soul is lonely, it looks for a love that is true and meaningful. Sometimes we need to sit in the darkness to find the light. Loneliness is not the absence of affection, but the absence of direction. Do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. To be alone is to be different, and to be different is to be alone. Being alone has nothing to do with how many people are around. Loneliness adds beauty to life. It puts a special burn on sunsets and makes night air smell better. The pain of loneliness is a reminder of how deeply we care for connection. Loneliness is the human condition. Cultivate it. The way it tunnels into you allows your soul room to grow. Sometimes, the most profound connections come from being with yourself. Solitude gives birth to the original in us, to beauty unfamiliar and perilous. There is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. A season of loneliness and isolation is when the caterpillar gets its wings. The eternal quest of the human being is to shatter loneliness. Every time you feel lonely, pause and find solace in the knowledge that you are growing stronger through the challenge. Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is the richness of self. The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you are alone with. There is a purpose to each solitary moment. It's a space for finding what lies within. Music was my refuge. I could crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. The remedy for loneliness is the sense of belonging. Find those who celebrate the real you. Being alone does not mean being unloved. You are not alone. You are seen. You are held in love. The pain of loneliness often births a path to self-discovery. Solitude is not the absence of company, but the moment to connect with your inner self. The worst loneliness is not to be comfortable with yourself. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. We are all so much together, but we are all dying of loneliness. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being alone. Loneliness is a sign you are in desperate need of yourself. Don't feel bad for making decisions that upset other people. You're not responsible for their happiness. You're responsible for your own. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. When you are lonely, look for the blessings that surround you. Gratitude is the antidote to despair. It's not loneliness that grips the heart. It's the thought that no one understands. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Sometimes, we simply need to breathe and remind ourselves of the light within. Even in darkness, love exists and grows unseen. No man is an island entire of itself. In solitude, we find clarity. In clarity, we find strength. Loneliness teaches you the strength of being your own sanctuary. Happiness can be found in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. The soul that sees beauty may sometimes walk alone. Our greatest battles are those we fight within ourselves. Storms make trees take deeper roots, And when you're lonely, remember the world is still turning and tomorrow holds endless possibilities.